Okay, so welcome everybody. Happy Sunday. Today we are going to begin with a little bit of active breath. So if you need a tissue or something like that, make sure that you have it. Yep, and make sure you have what you need to prepare. Yeah, so take it. So before we jump directly into that, just finding your comfortable seat, whatever that seat feels like, and allowing it to be one where, again, you are able to feel the settling down into your sit bone. So maybe that means you have to wiggle your butt around a little bit. You have to actually lift, send your butt backwards. Good. Because again, we want the spine to be as upright as it can be. And at the same time, we want to acknowledge that as we sit, relaxation is going to occur, right? So whatever our kind of heightened posture is that we think we have to maintain perfectly, let that soften, right? So set your pelvis as well as you can, set your spine as straight as you can, and then relax into it, right? So let your butt go, let your lower back kind of find where it is settled but not collapsing. Chest is lifted, shoulders dropped. And then just take your hands to your side rib cage. So to the outer edges, sides of your ribs. Yeah, so above the waist, just right to where the outer edges of the rib cage is. And then as you're breathing, breathe wide into the ribs. So as you're inhaling, feel yourself expanding this way, right? Side to side. Then as you exhale, you feel that soften back in. And then again, inhaling, expand side to side. And exhaling, softening back in. So again, your chest doesn't have to do anything here as you're just expanding side to side. You're trying to actually engage more of that lateral breathing, getting some of the intercostal muscles to have to just open up space a little bit more. So using your breath, inhaling, expand. And exhaling, soften. 2 more like that. Inhale, expand wide into your ribs. Exhaling, feeling the release. And then last one like that. Inhale, nice and wide. And exhale, release. Now bring one hand to the belly over the navel. Bring the other hand up to the space of the upper chest, sternum, breastbone. And now as you're breathing, let yourself, as you inhale, feel the rise of both hands. So you inhale, you feel both hands rise. And as you exhale, you feel the softening back in towards the center. And then as you inhale again, you feel the expansion. And exhaling, soften. And as you're doing this, it's nice to let your awareness start to settle inward. So yes, you're feeling the outside of the body and what it's doing while you're breathing, but to settle inward to that experience of, as you're softening towards the center, quote unquote, what does that center feel like? What's the perception of that? So as you're breathing, the expansion is happening, the softening is happening, but it's happening around what? You just start to become aware of that. You're aware of the movement. And you're aware of that perception of stillness, that the movement is happening within or around. Aware of center. Then keeping the hands where they are, start to try to add in that third part of the breath, which is the expansion wide through the ribs. So as you inhale, you feel the belly expand, you feel your outer ribs expand side to side, you feel that upper chest expand. And then as you exhale, you feel the breath release from the top of the chest, from the middle ribs, and last all the way through the belly. And just find that extended breath. So you're inhaling into the belly, middle ribs, upper chest. Then as you exhale, releasing through the upper chest, middle ribs, and the belly. So again, having the awareness of what the outside of the body is doing, something to rise up into with your breath. Then also keeping the awareness of internally the space in which that breath is moving, what we call the center. Be able to observe both, experience both. And try to smooth out the parts of that breath so you're still breathing fully into all three places. But the inhale and the exhale become a little bit more smooth. So as you're inhaling, you just feel yourself expanding from the base all the way up through the trunk. And the exhale is that whole softening from the top of the chest all the way down to the belly. So it's the three-part breath, but it's all unified. Letting the breath roll through the body all the way in and down, all the way out and up. And with the next exhale, you can release where the hands are. Take your hands to the front of your knees or your thighs, just so you have something to press into. And then a full deep breath in. As you exhale, you're going to press into those hands, round your back, hollow your belly. So pull everything in and then hold at the end of the exhale and pump your navel in and out with no breath. And then full inhale, lift and open the chest. Full exhale, again, as you're exhaling, press into the hands, nice straight arms, curl round into your back. And you get all the way to the end of that exhale, pause with no breath and pump the navel in and out. And then full inhale, lift the chest. And full exhale, again, as you're exhaling, press into the hands, round into your back, pulling the navel back and in. At the end of the exhale, pause, no breath, pump the navel in and out. And then full inhale. And full exhale, relaxing the shoulders. Let yourself pause for a moment and just feel what happens when you relax. Awareness of that space within. Feeling the breath moving, connection to the outer world, but internally just feeling the space that the breath flows in and flows out. Relaxing the shoulders. And then letting the hands stay resting on the knees or the legs, wherever they are resting. If you'd like, you can bring one hand back to your belly because we're going to do breath of fire, Bhastrika. So the navel is going to pump in and out with the breath this time. So inhale and exhale, the navel is moving in and out. And this is where if you need to clear the nostrils or any congestion before you begin, make sure you do that. So setting the hands again where there's just something nice and steady underneath. Take a nice full deep breath in. Full deep breath out. Inhale just a little bit, about halfway, and then begin to pump your navel. Keep your rhythm moving from your navel. The breath is in and out of the nose, but it's the navel pumping in and out that causes the breath. Stay relaxed in your shoulders. Keep going from deep inside. Pump the navel, move the breath. Pump the navel, move the breath. Even if it's slow, in and out, in and out. You got about 20 seconds. Keep going. Just moving yourself internally. Breath in, breath out, breath in, breath out. Keep your navel moving. Good. And then deep, full breath in. Pause at the top of the breath. Squeeze and lift everything from the base of your, below your belly button. Squeeze in and up. Draw the navel in and up. Draw your throat back and up. Then exhale, slow release. Make your exhale nice and long. As you again feel the internal body start to relax. Let your awareness drop from wherever it is, maybe in the space of the mind. Drop it down, deeper into the body. And just practice that with each breath as you exhale. Your awareness has this sensation of dropping down. So you can imagine just dropping down beneath the surface of water. Each exhale brings the awareness down deep into that internal space. Continuing to feel the sensation of the breath as it expands on the inhale, softens, contracts on the exhale. You find your awareness dropping down like there's just a gentle anchor, a gentle weight drawing you down. And let your mind focus on the sensation of heaviness. So not only are you drawing the attention down deep into the internal spaces, but focus the mind on the sensation of heaviness. Whatever comes up in the mind as details about that sensation, let it pass by, just observe it. Keep the focus on, mind focused on sensation of heaviness. Now switch the focus of the mind, release that concept, and focus on the sensation of lightness, weightlessness. Whatever passes through the mind in relation to that concept, just let it pass through, observe. Focus on the sensation of light, weightless. And then release that sensation. Let your mind focus on the sensation of heat. And whatever the mind manufactures or passes through, just observe those thoughts and focus on the sensation of heat. And releasing that sensation, focus the mind on the sensation of cold. Just observing whatever passes through the mind, but keeping your focus, your attention, sensation of cold. Continuing to allow the internal body to relax. Release that sensation. Let the mind focus on the concept of hard, sensation of hard, solid. Continuing to just observe the activity of the mind, hold on to the sensation. And releasing that sensation, let the mind focus on the sensation of soft. And release that sensation. Allow the mind to focus on concept, sensation of empty. Continuing to observe whatever the mind does. Keeping your attention on that sensation of emptiness. And release that sensation. Let the mind focus on the sensation of full. Release that sensation. Come back to the sensation of empty, but add the qualifier that empty is synonymous with whole. W-H-O-L-E, whole. Sensation of wholeness. Whatever arises in you, just observe. Within that experience of wholeness, become aware again of the movement of the breath, being able to follow the inhale, the exhale. So feeling the movement of the breath and staying aware of that quiet space through which the breath is moving, around which the breath is moving. Practice is to let the mind know itself as that state of wholeness, undisturbed, with the movements of the world, the inhale, the exhale, whatever comes with that, passes through that open, empty space and leaves it undisturbed. Feel your inhale, feel your exhale. Be aware of that space that is what we call the center. And that from here, internally, the body can relax. The mind can relax. Practice just being. And draw more attention to the physical sensation of the breath. Again, following it from the chest down into the belly, through the ribs. And following the release from the belly up through the ribs, out from the chest. The awareness take in the feeling of your seat, what you are sitting on. Remembrance that you have skin, skeleton, muscles, bones. That within all of that, the breath continues to flow. Your awareness stays expanded beyond the physical limits of the body, even beyond the normal activity of the mind. Let it ride the breath. And make that your day. A part of you is aware that your mind is riding the breath. And draw the hands together in front of the heart center, palm to palm. Dropping your chin down towards the heart, dropping the head down towards the hands. Quiet acknowledgement of how much space there is inside. And that sensation of wholeness that the mind is maybe still seeking, but is dropping into a little bit more with every breath. And slide the thumbs up to the space between the eyebrows. Namaste. Thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week until I see you again. Of course, if you want to share how that went for you, always happy to hear. Otherwise, I will see you later. See you soon. Let yourself be undisturbed today.